A2, C2.
3s,
A3, B3, C3.
4s.
B4, A4, C4.
And everybody buzz in. B4, you win. Okay, good and clear. And all the team A's buzz in. All right, A1, you win. Okay. All right, so then, and at this time, everybody, if you could make sure your electronic devices are turned off. Okay. So that they don't disturb our players. We want to be super respectful to our players. And again, showing respect to our players, we want you to make sure you are very quiet throughout the duration of the round. But during questions like after questions 5, 10, 15, 19, and 20 during score checks, we do want you to cheer on your teams as loudly as you are able. Okay? All right, so then. Okay, so do all of you guys have the passages now? Okay, so now I'm going to do the Aurelia passage for you so you can get used to my Latin pronunciation. Aurelia, qui urbs placebat, erat in Aegypto cum familia sua caulida ingenti et equo. Predecem ludos magnos Jovis in amphitheatro Alexandriae spectabant. Tandem hic equus irratissimus domum recurre quippit. Aurelia Anglicae dixit. You can read about the year 312 AD in history books, but can you tell us what the abbreviation OP period, CIT period means? Okay. Any questions about the way I read? Okay. So again, at this time, players, make sure you don't do anything that can be construed as consultation, either verbally or non-verbally. Okay. And so, like hitting the elbow, so pretend to have form coming out of my forehead. Look at me. I'll toss up questions. Okay. All right, and then again, that goes to coaches as well. Special calls and things like that. All right, and again, players and coaches and audience members, please do not shout out. Again, showing respect to our players. Please do not interrupt their train of thought and say that player's consulting or we talk out of turn. We will make those calls up here. Okay. All right. So, and again, coaches and players and audience members, if you have any questions about anything, remember that the moderator will have the discretion to make calls in the room. And if you have any questions at all whatsoever, you can direct those questions to our common chair, Jenny Wongo, and she'll be more than happy to talk with you. Okay. All right, so at this time, let's do introduction of teams. Team A, you're from? Massachusetts. Team B, you're from?
Virginia.
Team C, you're from?
Tennessee.
Let's give it a round of applause. And captains, go ahead and raise your hand. Okay, so 2, 2, and 3. That's great. And coaches, go ahead and raise your hand so I know from whom to select the challenges if you're in. Okay. All right. So, are there any questions before we start at all? Okay. And my name is Mr. Lee. I teach Latin in San Antonio, Texas, and I'll be your moderator for this round. And at the end of the round, you'll get the moderator feedback. And so, any comments that you'd like to make to help me improve as a moderator, I would greatly appreciate that. Okay. All right. Okay, so we're just waiting for the other room. Okay. All right, so then let's begin. This is 2023 NJCL Certamen Intermediate Division Round 3. Toss-up number 1 for any player. Marcus Furius Camillus received the title of
A2.
Sorry, Vei is incorrect place.
B4.
Answer, please.
Brennus.
Patia Patriae in 386 BC after rescuing Rome from its capture by which Zenonian leader, Brennus is correct. Your first bonus, Team B, Virginia. Camillus is perhaps most famous for his sack of what Etruscan city, which he finally captured in 396 BC after a 10-year siege.
Defer to before.
Wait.
What Iobe is correct in your second bonus. At what location 10 miles north of Rome had Brennus defeated the Roman line, paving the way to the city?
Okay. Defer to before.
Audio Bible.
That is correct for 20 points on toss-up number 1 for Team Virginia. Okay, and again, as a reminder, make sure players are not looking at each other when someone else in your team does. Okay. All right, toss-up number 2 for any player. Which of the following, if any, does not belong because of meaning? Facies, rosa,
A2.
Rosa.
Species and Voltus. Rosa is correct. Your first bonus, Team Massachusetts. Which of the following, if any, does not belong because of meaning? Caides, decus, dignitas, honor.
Could you repeat, please?
Yes, which of the following, if any, does not belong because of meaning? Caides, decus, dignitas, honor. Answer, please.
Caides.
Caides is correct. And your second bonus, which of the following, if any, does not belong because of meaning? Ichor, Mara, Okeanos, Pontus.
They all belong.
Sorry, that's incorrect. The correct answer is Pontus, not Pontus. Okay. So no points for toss-up. So for a second bonus for a total of 15 points on toss-up number 2 for Team Massachusetts. Toss-up number 3 for any player. What grandson of Cadmus was torn apart
A4.
on Mount Kithaeron and had his head displayed by his mother, who thought she had helped to kill a wild beast in her Bacchic frenzy? Pentheus is correct. Your first bonus, Team Massachusetts. Who was Pentheus' mother, who had gathered with many other Bacchantes on Mount Kithaeron?
Agave final.
Agave is correct in your second bonus. How was Pentheus related to the god Dionysus, who caused his gruesome death?
They were cousins final.
They were cousins. Correct for 20 points on toss-up number 3 for Team Massachusetts. Okay. Toss-up number 4 for any player. Consider the following Latin names for species within the genus Homo: Antecessor, Erectus, Habilis, Sapiens. Which species did scientists name due to the theory that it was the first
A2.
Erectus.
to walk fully upright like modern humans? Erectus is correct. Your first bonus, Team Massachusetts. Of the remaining species, Antecessor, Habilis, and Sapiens, which did scientists name due to the theory that it was the first one able to easily hold and use tools, although tools have later been found that long predate this species?
Could you repeat the question?
The
The question, please.
Of the remaining species, Antecessor, Habilis, and Sapiens, which did scientists name due to the theory that it was the first one able to easily hold and use tools? Anything answer?
Habilis final.
Habilis is correct, and your second bonus. Scientists believe that humans evolved from the genus Australopithecus. I'll say it one more time. Australopithecus, whose Latin name means an ape originating from one of the Earth's hemispheres. What cardinal direction is denoted by the prefix astralo?
West final.
So west is incorrect. The correct answer is south, like Australia. All right, so 15 points on toss-up number 4 for Team Massachusetts. Toss-up number 5 for any player. Describamos nunc proprietates dictionum in hoc sententia, cum pugnantium clamorem audiret, concurret domum. Quo casu
A2.
Locativo. Locativo.
Sorry, locativo is the incorrect place.
Clear.
Okay, I'll repeat the question one more time for teams B and C. Describamos nunc proprietates dictionum in hoc sententia, cum pugnantium clamorem audiret, concurret domum. Quo casu est pugnantium? Describamos nunc proprietates dictionum in hoc sententia, cum pugnantium clamorem audiret.
B3.
Accusativo.
Accusativo is incorrect place. Okay. Describamos nunc proprietates dictionum in hoc sententia, cum pugnantium clamorem audiret, concurret domum. Quo casu est pugnantium? Read it twice. I'm going to call
C3.
Sarcus Maximus.
Sorry, Circus Maximus is incorrect. The correct answer is genitivo. Okay. All right. So no points for toss-up number 5, and the scores at the quarter mark.
Team A has 50 points, Team B has 20 points, and Team C is yet to score.
Okay. All right. Okay. So if you're just coming in, come on in quickly and sit in the back. Make sure your devices are turned off. Again, quickly come find a seat in the back and make sure your devices are on silent. Okay. Toss-up number 6 for any player. Distinguish in meaning between the Latin verbs moror and
A2.
Moror to delay, morior to die.
moro to delay and morio meaning to die is correct. Your first bonus, Team A. Distinguish in meaning between the Latin verbs proficiscor and progredior.
Could you repeat the verbs, please?
Proficiscor and progredior.
To set up and to set up and
To set out and to advance respectively.
That is correct. And second bonus, distinguish the meaning between the Latin verbs reor and vereor.
To think and to fear respectively.
To think and to fear respectively is correct for 20 points on toss-up number 6. Toss-up number 7 for any player. Which successor of Constantius II?
B4.
Valentinian the First.
I'm sorry, Valentinian the First is the incorrect place.
C2.
Julian the Apostate.
Was known for his desire to reinstate Rome's pre-Christian religious traditions and is nicknamed the Apostate. Julian the Apostate is correct. Your first bonus, Team C, Tennessee. While Constantius II took the eastern provinces, which of the other sons of Constantine the Great assumed control of Italy? Africa and Pannonia.
Well, I'm pretty sure this is just Constans. I forgot all of this. Oh, Constans?
Constans is correct. And your second bonus, Constantius II had assumed control over the eastern provinces and outlived his brothers until his death in what year? After which Julian then assumed the throne.
Oh, this is good. I have no idea. So like Constantine was like 300 something. I think that might be. Okay. 347 AD.
Sorry, that's incorrect. The correct answer is 361 AD. Okay? So 15 points on toss-up 7 for Team Tennessee. Toss-up number 8 for any player. Whom did Odius, Eurybates, Odysseus,
A4.
Answer, please.
Yes,
Time, place.
Clear.
Okay. I'll repeat for teams B and C. Whom did Odius, Eurybates, Odysseus, Telamonian Ajax, and Phoenix visit on the
B2.
Achilles.
shores of Troy to offer gifts from Agamemnon in order to assuage his anger and coax him back into the Trojan War? Achilles is correct. Your first bonus, Team Virginia. Which of those visitors remained with Achilles while the others returned to report Achilles' refusal to Agamemnon?
Can you please repeat the list?
Odius, Eurybates or Eurybates, Odysseus, Telamonian Ajax, and Phoenix.
I got it. What is it? Oh, Phoenix. Okay. Phoenix.
Phoenix is correct. And your second bonus, Phoenix's argument to Achilles compared Achilles' situation to that of which Caledonian prince, who refused to take part in a war with the Curetes because he was angry with his mother Althea.
Meleager is the son of Althea, so I'm thinking okay, cool. Meleager.
Meleager is correct for 20 points on toss number 8 for Team Virginia. Toss up number 9 for any player. Aurelius' story continues. Listen carefully to the following Latin passage, which I'll read twice, then responde Latine to the questions which follow. Interea pater Aureliae nesciebat quo filia vivisset. Ergo solicitos amicos fideles misit qui eam venerant. Per totam urbem Alexandriae quaerebant, sed nihil indicii Aureliae invenerunt. Eheu, quid facere debebant? Repeating. Interea pater Aureliae nesciebat quo filia vivisset. Ergo solicitos amicos fideles misit qui eam invenerant. Per totam urbem Alexandriae quaerebant, sed nihil indicii Aureliae invenerunt. Eheu, quid facere debebant? The question. Quiz
B1.
Solicitus est, pater is correct. Your first bonus, Team Virginia. Cur pater Aureliae solicitus est?
Fourth sentence.
Interea pater Aureliae nesciebat quo filia vivisset.
I'm gonna defer you. Okay. Defer to A1.
Pater Aureliae nesciebat quo filia vivisset.
That's correct. Okay, try this one. Quid pater agit ut Aureliam invenire?
Please repeat the second sentence onwards.
Ergo solicitus amicos fideles misit qui eam invenire.
I'm gonna
I need an answer, please.
defer to A1. Perto tempus.
I'm sorry, that's incorrect. So amicos misit. If you said pertotum urbem, I would have probably given you right, but okay. So, but good job. 15 points on toss-up 9 for Team Virginia. All right, toss-up number 10 for any player. What was the primary material the Romans used to create a wallum?
B4.
Tufa.
I'm sorry, 2-5 is incorrect place.
A2.
Dirt.
So dirt is incorrect place.
Clear.
Okay. I'll repeat for Team C. What was the primary material the Romans used to create a wallum on top of an ogier to build insulae and naves and to burn for heat and fuel?
C1.
Olive oil?
Hmm?
Or no,
Could you repeat exactly what you said?
I said olive oil.
That's actually not what I heard at all. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
All right. Sorry, that's incorrect. So wood, timber, or lignum.
Wood. I don't know.
All right. So no points for 10. Okay. All right. So the scores at the halfway mark.
Team A has 70 points, Team B has 59 points, and Team C has 15 points.
Okay. All right. If you're leaving, please do so quickly, quietly. All right. And if you're just coming in, make sure you have everything turned off. Okay, toss up number 11 for any player. Honored in various locations as the Semni, Dirae, and Eumenides, what triad of goddesses was the personification
C1.
The Furies?
of vengeance? The Furies would be correct. Your first bonus, which Fury has the name similar to that of Heracles' first wife?
Megara. Well, that's on you, so. Yeah, it's Megara.
Megara.
What?
Megara.
Could you spell?
Megara.
I'm sorry, the correct answer is Megaera, Megaera. Okay, and we'll talk about that, but. Your second bonus, try this one though. Name either of the two remaining Furies.
Electo.
Electo
I feel like Electo is more likely to be pronounced correctly. Electo.
Electo's correct. 15 points on top of 11. Okay. Toss up number 12 for any player. What empire, which first rebuffed Roman invasion at a battle near modern-day Haran at the start of an on and off conflict?
A2.
Gallic Empire.
So the Gallic Empire is incorrect place.
C2.
The Parthian Empire.
From 54 BC to 217 AD, primarily ruled from its capital of Ctesiphon, the Parthian Empire would be correct. And you have won the visual. Okay. This breastplate depicts the return of military standards lost to the Parthians when Crassus was defeated at Carrhae. Now housed at the Vatican, it can be found on a famous statue of which emperor?
This is just Augustus. Augustus?
Augustus is correct. Your second bonus, the figure with the dog, shown as accepting the standards, may have been a depiction of which emperor who had a hand in retrieving the lost standards and commissioned this statue in honor of Augustus.
I thought it was just Augustus that did that. But I'm wondering if they'd make that type of question. My gut says Augustus.
Just say it.
Augustus?
So Augustus is incorrect. The correct answer is Tiberius.
Dang.
Okay? So 15 points on toss-up 12 for Tennessee, and okay. All right, so toss-up number 13 for any player. For the verb hello, provide the second person singular perfect
A2.
Pepulisti.
active indicative form. That means you have pushed. Pepulisti is correct. Your first bonus, Massachusetts. Keeping everything else the same, change pepulisti to the passive so that it means you have been pushed.
Defer to A2.
Pulsus S.
Pulsus S is correct. And your second bonus, keeping everything else the same, change pulsa S to the present subjunctive so that it means you may be pushed.
Could you repeat, please?
Keeping everything else the same, change pulsa S to the present subjunctive so that it means you may be pushed. Answer please.
Pulsaris.
Sorry, that's incorrect. Pulsa S is from number hello, and so hellos. Okay? 15 points on toss-up number 13 for Team Massachusetts. Toss-up number 14 for any player. Translate the following sentence from English to Latin. The night was so long that the earth slept.
A2.
Nox erat tam longa ut terra dormiret.
Nox erat tam longa ut terra dormiret is correct. Your first bonus, Team Massachusetts. Using utor and the subjunctive, translate the following sentence from English to Latin. The soldiers used their hands to destroy walls.
Can you repeat the sentence?
Sure. The soldiers used their hands to destroy the walls. Answer, please.
Milites usi sunt manibus ut delerent muros.
That is correct. Your second bonus, translate the following sentence from English to Latin using nestio. Caesar himself does not know how to conquer me.
Can you repeat the sentence?
Caesar himself does not know how to conquer me. Answer, please.
Caesar ipse nescit quomodo vincat me.
Sure. All right, so 20 points on toss-up 14. Toss-up number 15 for any player. Toss-up number 15 for any player. What son of Penelope and Hermes invented the instrument
A4. And
called the syrinx after he harassed and chased the nymph with the same name until she was transformed into wreath? And is correct. Your first bonus, Team Massachusetts. What river prevented Syrians from further fleeing Pan?
Could you repeat?
What river prevented Syrians from further fleeing Pan? Answer, please. Pactolus is incorrect. The correct answer is Lagon. Try this one though. What other nymph was transformed into a pine tree while trying to escape Pan? What other nymph was transformed into a pine tree while trying to escape Pan? Answer, please. So Pisces. Okay. So 10 points on toss-up 15 for Team Massachusetts, and the scores at the three-quarter mark.
Team A has 115, Team B has 55, and Team C has 45.
Lots of points out there still. Okay. Toss-up number 16 for any player. Translate the following sentence from Latin to English. Semper melius est temptare quam cadere.
A2.
It is always better to try than to yield.
It is always better to try than to yield. Yes. And your first bonus, Team Massachusetts, translate this sentence into English. Iter quod fert te ad scientiam est plenum dolores et difficultatis.
Can you repeat the line?
Iter quod fert te ad scientiam est plenum dolores et difficultatis. Answer, please.
The journey which brings you to knowledge is full of pain and difficulty.
Indeed, indeed. Okay, but it's worth it. Absolutely. Translate this sentence into English. Si intellegere tentaverimus, nos adiuvabimus.
Can you repeat the Latin, please?
Sure. Si intellegere tentaverimus, nos adiuvabimus. Answer, please.
If we try to understand, we will help ourselves.
That is correct. 20 points on toss-up 16. Toss-up number 17 for any player. Which emperor had his army in Mesopotamia declare Clodius Albinus
A2.
Septimius Severus.
a public enemy in order to legitimize his war against Albinus? Septimius Severus is correct. Your first bonus, Massachusetts. Septimius Severus also had the army ratify his adoption in 195 AD into what family? Answer, please.
The Antonine family.
The Antonites would be fine. And where did Septimius Severus finally defeat and kill Clodius Albinus in 197 AD? Lugdunum is correct, 20 points on 17 for Massachusetts. Toss-up number 18 for any player. Many colleges have Latin mottos with the form of lux in them. Which of the following colleges does not have a form of lux in its motto? Yale, Catholic University, Brown, or
B1.
Answer?
University of Miami.
Sorry, University of Miami is incorrect. Place.
A2.
Brown.
Brown is correct, or University of Washington. Your first bonus, Team Massachusetts. What is the Latin motto of Brown? Answer, please.
In Deus Peramos.
In Deus Peramos is correct. And your second bonus, what word in various forms is shared by the mottos of Delaware College, the University of Chicago, and Emory? Scientia is correct. 20 points for 18. Toss up number 19 for any player. Say in English the type of person in ancient Rome who would be performing the actions described in the following Latin sentences. Caelum specto, et always
A1.
An auger.
aut fulmen video, tum auspicia intelligo et concilia de orum explico, and augur is correct. Your first bonus, say in English the type of person in ancient Rome who would be performing the actions described in the following Latin sentence. Bigam aut quadrigam ago, et equi caleres me vehunt cercum cercum.
Charioteer final.
Charioteer is fine. And your second bonus, dic anglicae id quad ago. In aqua halida sedeo, tum oleum oleum in me unguo, mox in aqua frigida nabo. Dic anglicae id quod ago. In aqua halida sedeo, tum oleum oleum in me unguo. I need the answer, please.
Bather.
Okay, I'm gonna be super mean because it's always better to give you points later than give it and then take it away. So the direction said that which I'm doing, and so we needed bathing, and you gave bather as an answer. We'll check just to make sure. Okay, but for now, no points. Okay, I'm mean Mr. Lee. What can I say? They call me that all the time. All right, so 15 points to 19, and the scores before the last toss-up.
Team A has 190 points, Team B has 55 points, and Team C has 45 points.
Yeah, could y'all raise, because we have one question left. Okay.
Advanced is already early.
Huh?
They can't finish it without intermediate.
Okay, well, all right, toss-up number 20 for any player. What type of animal, one of which was killed by Alcathuas as it ravaged Cathiron,
A4.
lion, was part of the chimera together with the goat and the snake? Okay, and your first bonus, according to another source, instead of Alcathuas, which hero killed the Kitharonian lion because they had ravaged the flocks of his stepfather Amphitryon? According to another source, instead of Alcathuas, which hero killed the Kitharonian lion because he had ravaged the flocks of his stepfather Amphitryon? Answer? Heracles would be fine. Apollo fell in love with which woman when he saw her wrestling a lion on Mount Pelion? Answer? Right, I'm sorry.
Sagoli.
I'm sorry, Saipoli is incorrect. The correct answer is Sarmini. Alright, so 15 points on 20 for Massachusetts, and the final scores are?
Team A has 205 points, Team B has 55 points, and Team C has 45.
You're saying it wasn't good, but I should have priced on it earlier. That was just not.